go strong and you want to boost your metabolism, welcome to this high intensity resistance training session, also called Hiit with dumbbells. So that's what you're going to bring, a set of dumbbell and an exercise mat. We have 3 different blocks. We're going to work in different time intervals. So the first block we're going to work for 1 minute on and 15 seconds for the next one with 3 exercises. The next block, we are going to turn the time frame down to working for 50 seconds on and 15 seconds for the next one and 4 exercises. And the third and the final block, we are going to work for 45 seconds on and 15 seconds for the next one with 4 exercises. Don't worry about the setup, I will guide you all the way through. My timer is going to go on here, and in the rest period, I'll make sure to show you the next exercise. Sometimes we'll alternative between pulse and strength exercises, and sometimes we do strength and pulse exercises, but again I will follow and bring you all the way through. So go and get your equipment, let's go for the warm-up, and let's have fun with this one. Let's start with a squat position. So starting here and engaging our core and our pelvic floor, and we're gonna inhale, reaching up and opening up, and exhale. Once again, inhaling and exhaling, and let's go for 2 more. Inhale in and exhale, and 1 more. And we're going to keep our arms up here on top of our shoulders, going in for that semi-squat here. So we are squatting down into a sumo squat. Shoulders are back and knees and toes are pointing in the same direction. We are engaging our core and of course our pelvic floor. Our chin is in and shoulders are down. So looking nice, tall and proud here. Let's keep it on for 4, reaching up, squeezing your thighs and your glutes. 2 more, and 1 final one. We're gonna do a rotation, so make sure you stay up nice and in a right position, twisting around your spine, waking up, and shoulders are down where they belong. So keep on with the inhaling and the exhaling. 2 more for each side, and 1 more on each. Getting back into center, coming back from side to side, elbows turn towards your thigh and still that chin in. As we move sideways, it's tempting for your abs to let go, so make sure you have that tight feeling in your core area. So a bit of a squeeze in our glutes, and let that elbow come down, slowly down, back up to center. 1 more on each side. And let's come into center, reaching up, and let's go up on our toes, opening up in our ankle joints. So reaching up, back again, inhaling and exhaling, and keep that good position here, reaching up. So just sort of telling your body that it's about to get started and up and moving. So circle in front of us. As we do the circle, we still step our foot behind, squeezing our glute and reaching up and out. So at the same time we are opening up in our shoulders, we are engaging our core and open up in our hip area. So reaching up for 4 and 3, 2, and into center, both arms reaching up, lowering our shoulders even though we are moving with our arms. And we're gonna do this for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and stepping in front. So a little bit of a tap in front of us, reaching up and above shoulder level. We're gonna kick it like we're kicking a football, and pushing over and reaching up. Still continue with your arms up and pushing in and pulling it. Bring arms to center and make sure that your muscle between your shoulder blades are engaged by now. So still that kicking movement for another 4 and 3, 2, and hands on thighs, opening up, engaging your muscle around your hip area, squeezing and leaning from one side to the opposite one. Yep, it's just a short warm-up so we can get ourselves into the first block, which is going to be 2 strength exercises and 1 pulse exercise. So tapping in front of us, make a rotation here, and we are almost there. I hope you brought some water. You will need that along the way. So as mentioned, the first block we're going to work for 1 minute and 15 seconds. We have 3 exercises. 2 is strength using our dumbbells, and the second one is a pulse sequence, doing that for 3 rounds, and then we have a break, and I will tell you what next to do. So we have the timer here, and you have requested to get the beeper back on, so that's what we're going to do. The first exercise, you're going to bring your dumbbells. You're going to put them up on top of your shoulders. We're not going to do a full squat, but it's not a deadlift either. It's sort of like the last part of a squat. So we're going to push our buttocks back, leaning forward with that core engaged. And we're going to push forward, not pushing in our lower back. We are going to let the glutes do the work. So pushing forward here, squeezing, and kind of like doing a glute bridge, but just standing. So bring dumbbells either here on side or up on top. So going for that first round for the 1 minute on, and the 15 seconds for the next exercise. So dumbbells up on top, good distance between your feet like the warm-up, and we're going to push that buttocks back. We are hardly doing anything in our knees. Slowly back and forward, so no up and down movement, but back and forth. You could also a little bit compare it to a kettlebell swing, where we do the thrusting forward and back. So this is not about how many you are doing, how many repetitions, but it's all about you feeling what you're doing. So squeezing your glutes, pushing your butt back, keep up in a straight position, and make sure your alignment is perfect from top to toe. So no pushing forward with your chin. Keep chin in and chest up. So try to experiment a little bit with that. So back and forth. Make sure you feel that it's your glute muscle doing the work. Bring it back into center. We're going to go in for a renegade row, but we're not going to do any push-ups. So you're going to stay here either on toes or on knees, and we're going to bring up alternative arm. You can always go down on your knees and continue. So engaging core, bring it up and down again. Make sure you're not thrusting your hips from side to side. To stay in this position, you need to engage your core. So all full power here. Look down and inhale as you're reaching up, exhale on the way back. So you can continue here, or you can go down on your knees, but try to go up on top of your kneecap, so you stay still with a straight position, so you engage your core, and then you can continue doing the movement from here. And we're gonna go on for 20 seconds. So inhaling and exhaling, stay put with your feet, nose pointing down. Feel it all the way. And if you started with your right arm, you're going to finish off with your left arm. For the next one, we're going to split the 1 minute. The first 30 seconds, we are going to do some jacks, and then we're going to go with arms up. So going in for jacks here, inhaling and exhaling. So the first 30 seconds, we are moving here, and the final 30 seconds, we're gonna stay up with our arms. So chin is in. If this is too much, you could go down with one heel, and you're gonna continue. And maybe you wanna reach forward, either if you think it's too much to be up here, but also if you have a shoulder or neck issue. So now we're gonna stay up with our arms. Inhaling and exhaling, bouncing on the spot, shoulders down. And you can still, of course, continue doing this instead. So just make sure you do the best you should be affected on your breathing. But maybe if you just started doing high intensity resistance training, then you're just gonna go as good as possible, and then you'll get stronger and stronger along the way. Beautiful. Dumbbells back for exercise number 1. So Kindly remind you that there's only 3 exercises in this first block. But then again, we are working for 1 minute. Pushing back and squeezing, pushing forward. So look at my knees, almost straight knees. Let your glutes do the work. Pushing back. This is also an excellent way to work your glute if you don't want to do too much leg work, or maybe you have a knee issue. So staying upright, leaning forward, but with a straight upper body, squeezing, pushing back. And at the same time, as we do the squeezing in our glutes, we are going to connect with our pelvic floor. I know not a lot of people talk about that pelvic floor, but man or woman, you need to engage your pelvic floor. It is a muscle just like other kind of muscle on your body. So chin is in and bring it back. So this was a lower body focused exercise. Now we're gonna go for a core upper body for the renegade road on toes or on knees. Shoulders up, down and away, reaching up here and bring it up. So try not to thrust your hips from side to side. You need to engage that core area and stay in the same position, because this is where you are engaging your core the best possible way. So look down to ease off your neck and reaching up. So you know there's a pulse exercise coming up with the jacks. Squeezing, lifting up, bring it back down again. And every time we bring it down, we want to go back from our starting position with the hand underneath our shoulder joint. So no iceberg with your glutes. You are going to stay put as a plank. 6 seconds left, and do equal amount on each. Yep. Leave your dumbbells where you can see them, ready for the jacks, and for the jacks with hands above head. So thumbs are pointing up, opening up in your shoulder joint. So bring it up. What I usually see as a physiotherapist is a shoulder, knee, and lower back issue. So you want to work with perfect form here. This is where I come in, guiding you all the way through. So 30 seconds, moving up and down. So bring those feet out, and again, you can do the heel, and this is gonna ease a bit off, of course, of your lower body, but also of your pelvic floor. Chin is in. Whoops, we're gonna keep our arms up and continue. Maybe you already did it on the spot of the 30 seconds left. And keep those arms up, straight position, still bouncing, or that heel down. 5 seconds. Yes. One more of each of the 3 exercises, then I will let you have a little bit of a water break, and then we're gonna move on for block number 2. Chin is in, feet are parallel or maybe a little bit open. That's all up to you. Whatever makes you feel you get the most out of the movement. So pushing back and squeezing, leaning forward, chin is in. And if you're standing face to face with me, we are not supposed to look each other in our eyes as we're leaning forward. You're gonna follow along with your neck. So we can look here, and we're gonna look a little bit forward ahead of us on the ground. Squeezing, pushing back, and engaging our core and pelvic floor. Make sure you're resting in your upper body so you get the full power for the renegade road, the final one, in just a few seconds. Keep it on here. 8 seconds. Let your glutes lead the way. Yes, that's the way. In for the renegade row and hands straight underneath. And it's perfectly okay and perfectly normally if you want to go on your knees in the third round. And let's pull. What I just suggest is that you keep the quality. So you've been doing high intensity resistant training for a long time. You're just gonna keep it up here. But if you're just new into this, you might want to go with a few repetitions on each on toes, and then you can go down and continue on knees. So this is a great thing about working within a work frame. You're gonna do the best you within those seconds that we are working, and then I promise you that you will, if you keep consistent, you will get better as time goes. And then one day you will say, will this ever get easier? No, because what happens is you're gonna bring heavier dumbbells. You're gonna work a bit harder and smarter. So this is a kind of way to work out where you should feel yourself getting pushed all the way through. Yep. Leave the dumbbells where you can see them, ready for the jacks. Shoulders down. Always good to have a bit of a rest period in between, getting ourselves in position, and ready, 2 and 1. Squeezing and lifting up. This is our final one. You are gonna go for a little bit of a water, maybe just to get the dryness out of your mouth. Chin is in and chest is up. Core is tight, and you're gonna inhale and exhale in a good rhythm. Now we're gonna stay up with our hands, straight arms, bouncing, and you can go with that. Heel is perfectly fine. So it's always good to listen to your body. Of course, sometimes you're pushing yourself hard. You wanna go, oh no. But sometimes it needs to be hard to get better, of course, to get the most out of it. Yep, so you're gonna stop this one, and I'm gonna change the work frame to 50 seconds on, and I think I told you 50 seconds on, 15, but it's gonna be 50 seconds on and 10. So you gotta go for a little sip of water, and I'm gonna show you the first exercise for the next block, where we have 4 exercises. We're gonna lie down. I'm gonna bring the dumbbells, and we're gonna put them here on top of our hip, and we're gonna do a single leg glute bridge. So lifting up, all focused on the leg staying home. So pushing up here and lowering back down. Alternative between your right and your left leg. So that's gonna be our first exercise. Then we're gonna do some biceps, some ab work, and we're gonna do some pulse work in the end. Light block number 1. So counting down from the 10 seconds, get yourself ready, comfortable here on the floor. Feet down, heels pushing away, and leaving your dumbbells lying on your hips. So don't do a strength work here in your upper body. You're just gonna relax and let those glutes do the work. Of course, you have engaged your core and your pelvic floor. You're gonna lie down and relax in your upper body. You're gonna squeeze it all the way up and slowly down. So after these 50 seconds instead of 60, we're gonna do some biceps work. So bring it up, inhaling and exhaling, squeezing slowly down. And maybe you have a bit more heavier dumbbells, then you can shuffle between the dumbbells. Yep, up for a standing position. I would absolutely be able to, I'm gonna do a biceps curl here and out to the side. So let's go front, biceps curl out to the side in front of us. I just have to get used to the 10 seconds instead of the 15 seconds. So squeezing, reaching up. So what I was about to say is that I'm trying to do it as simple as possible, not requiring having a lot of different kind of equipments. But if you're lucky enough to have different kind of dumbbells, you might want to go with a heavier set for the glute bridge and maybe a bit lighter for the biceps upper body exercises. You find your way. So out to the side, squeezing in front of us, bring it up and out to the side, shoulders are down and away. Yeps. You're gonna bring one dumbbell and you're gonna put it in between your knees. You're gonna push your lower back down and bring it up. Maybe you wanna keep your hands in front of your mouth if you don't trust your inner thigh to keep the dumbbell at place. So do this in for your own safety zone. So pushing lower back down, and look at my buttocks coming up from the exercise mat. Bring it up, and I'm gonna use my lower ab to bring it up, but I'm gonna keep a tight, nice squeeze around the dumbbell. Chin is in, not thrusting your head back, so reaching up and down again. Up we go, slowly down again. So feel every movement that you do. Keep the tightness in your core. Yes. You're gonna put the dumbbell out to the side, so you know where to put it. And we're gonna do a jump lunges into a burpee. So let's go. Jump lunges, bring it up, out for a burpee. If this is too much, if it's perfectly fine, you're just gonna keep on moving. If you need a modification, you're gonna push it back, knee up, push it back, and you're gonna go up, down, bring it out, and in again, and continue. And if you don't feel like having your head down, you can stay up here, and you're gonna continue either with the jump lunges or the lunges back and the knee up. So you just do what fits you the best. Distance between your feet, using your arms, and 50 seconds instead of 60. Yes. Lie down on your back. Bring your dumbbells in for second round of our hip thruster and our glute bridge. Squeezing, some people call it hip thruster, some people call it glute bridge. You know what I mean. Bring it up, slowly down. So foot up towards the ceiling as you squeeze the glute on the side where the foot is still down in the ground. Relaxing your upper body so you have something to do with your upper body in just a few seconds, where we're going to continue with the biceps curl. Lifting hips up. Both hips coming up. Same position and line. Exhaling and inhaling. Yep. Equal amount on each side. For that biceps. Yep, we need to move a little bit fast here with the 10 seconds. And bring it up, down, and bring it up again, but to the side. So we're gonna start from the bottom. Feet are parallel. A little squeeze in your thighs and your glutes, but no pushing on in here. You're just gonna stay in a nice position with a bit of an extension in your lower back. And we're gonna lift our chest up, engage our core, and make sure that you have that straight position in your wrist, so don't let the dumbbell force your hand down towards the floor, and chin is in. So it's a good thing to do that little check now and then. Yeps. One dumbbell along with you in between knees. So keep that squeeze, pushing lower back down. Up we go, slowly down. Inhaling, exhaling. So this is all about feel it in your, from the belly button and down and out to the side. You can have your hands here to get a little bit of a push off. to be able to do the movement. Keep your heels tucked into your buttocks, and you can always bring your hands up in front of your face, or you can keep them here in front of the dumbbell if it by any chance should slide. So do the best you. Squeeze and feel your way. Control all the way through. Don't think about anything else than what you are doing. Up for the jump lunges, to the burpee, or maybe you want to go with the modification. So bring it up and out. So you can go down, knee up, lifting up, back again, in front, or you can step out and step forward again. Let your hands helping you. So if you do the modification, it's always good to be extra looking out for your arms, so you can get the heart rate up and going. 15 seconds left. Squeezing, keep heel up on the back leg. Nice and tall. Yes. Lie down for a final round of each here in block 2. Round number 3 now. Lifting up with that foot. If it's uncomfortable, you can always go with an ordinary glute bridge instead of the lifting, or you can do a little bit of a lift. So of course, when we do this, we are challenging our core a bit more. So squeezing, bring it up, slowly down. Relaxing your upper body. This is our final round for this one. I'm just gonna do one more on that one. Yep. Biceps curl. Lots of agility training as well. So squeeze. Feel the tightness. Front arm. Keep shoulders back and chest up. So all about feel the movement. Bring it up, slowly down and out to the side. Squeeze. Let me remind you, final round for this one. Only one block left. So positive thinking. I can do this because I know this will turn and lead me into a happy and healthy life. Yep, lie down. Dumbbell between knees. Squeezing and pushing lower back down. So it's not always just about a flat stomach and nice tight glutes. It's also about getting into that position in life where you feel healthy and you feel full of energy. Much easier to fall asleep when you have a good exercise pattern. Get up and get it done, either morning or evening. Make sure you do some kind of workout every other day. You can go for a walk. You can go for one of the challenging here in my channel, where you do different kind of workouts to keep yourself committed. Shoulders down and lift up your buttocks. Yes. And already we are here with the jump lunges and the burpee. So some prefer to stay up and not do the burpee. You can just do the jump lunges instead, or the lunges with the knee lift. And make sure, Keep on moving. Make sure that you get affected on your breathing. In this block, we only have one exercise where we are challenging our heart rate. So push it hard. That's the meaning with it. We have some more strength exercises. Not to say the strength exercise is easy, but it's a little bit easier to get around when you don't shuffle between pulse and strength exercise all the way through. So this is another way to do high intensity resistance training. Yes. Timer to stop. Go and get water. And the time frame is going to be changed. One final round for 45 seconds and 15. So cheers. Get a bit of water before we hit it on. Final block, 4 exercises, 3 rounds, one after each other, and 45 seconds work, 15 for the next one. This time we're going to shuffle between pulse and strength exercise. The first exercise we're going to do is a triceps overhead extension. So we're going to bring those dumbbells down, pushing them up. So all about getting that straight position in our elbows. If you find this too much, lots of alternatives to do. Bring one dumbbell, bring it behind, and lift it up and back down. If you have a shoulder issue, you can always go with a triceps kickback. Just make sure you can feel it in the back of our arms. We just had the front, now we're gonna go with the back of our arms. And then we're gonna move on to a frog thruster, which is gonna be a pulse exercise. You're gonna do some shoulder work and some high knees, and you've been doing a full body workout, leaving you with every single muscle exercise for today. Yes, can't wait for that final block, and starting the clock for the triceps overhead extension. So bring up dumbbells and squeezing, slowly bring them back again. You can always push them towards each other so it's easier for you to stay stable. If you need a bit of power help, you are not gonna thrust yourself forward and back. In the movement, you can go a bit down in your knees and back up again. So you can go sort of like a little bit of a bend and squeezing, helping yourself, pushing those dumbbells up towards the ceiling. Or you could go with single arm, or you can go with just one dumbbell. So squeezing, engaging our core, slowly down and up we go. So you're gonna put your dumbbells to the side. We're gonna do a frog thruster. So bring it front and make sure that you are flexing in your knees and your hips out to a plank position. Hands underneath our shoulders. So as we are using our core and abs, we are elevating our heart rate as well. So pushing forward and back. If you don't feel like having your head down, you could always go for some run on the spot or walking on the spot. So this block is our third and final block. We're gonna shuffle between strength and pulse exercises. But trust me, I always put my workouts together so you don't get a lot of issue on one joint. So we're gonna just shuffle between doing different kind of exercises so you will leave yourself fit and in a even better shape. So engage your core muscle, landing on the front of your foot. Yeps, for that good bouncing. You're gonna bring your dumbbells. We're gonna do some shoulder work. Shoulders back, open up and back into center. Stay nice and strong. Yeps, so 90 degrees in your elbows. So in this angle at your elbows, bring dumbbells in and out. And as you go back, you're gonna squeeze your shoulder blades and you're gonna feel it in the back of your shoulder joint. So this is a very important muscle to engage because this is gonna help the stability in a shoulder joint when we do all the different kind of push exercises. So bring it up here and make sure it's not your wrist doing the work. Straight position all the way through here, not doing this, but keep the straight line. Bring it out to the side, yes. we're gonna do some high knees, so dumbbells out to the side. So yes, I'm all about a technique that might way it shows that I am a physiotherapist. So bring knees up, shoulders down, engage your core. If this is too much, do the bouncing. Too much could be that you simply don't have the air to do the high knees. But too much can also be an issue with your hip or knee or your pelvic floor. It doesn't matter. I mean, of course it matters that you have the issue, but you can still do the exercises, but you're just gonna do the modification instead. And then time by time, you will get stronger. That's what I see every day. Chin is in. And sometimes when we have an issue in life with a period where we have a knee or a shoulder issue, then you're just gonna do a bit of a modification, but still keep yourself active. Back to exercise number 1, triceps overhead. So that is what I always tell my clients. Let's say you have a regular exercise regime. You might go jogging every other day, and then you get a knee issue, or maybe an ankle issue. Then it's a good thing to do stationary biking or do a cardio on a rowing machine, and you can still go down to the fitness center or bring your dumbbells or do a session here where you exercise your upper body, your core, just taking it easy around that area, but still keep the blood circulation going. Just make sure that if you're eating any kind of medication, you need to be, if you need any kind of painkillers like non-steroid anti-inflammatory drugs, then you're gonna be a little bit careful. So squeezing, bring knees up and out again. So this is a good alignment. This is not a very good one. This can do, but it's much better to go for a straight position because then you're engaging your core a lot more. Bended knees, squeezing, bring it out and bring it back again. Inhaling, exhaling, get affected on your breathing, or go up and do some jogging on the spot. Just elevating that heart rate, boosting your metabolism as promised in the beginning. Getting shorter breath and boosting our muscle tissue, 2 great ways to boost that metabolism and go lean and strong. That was the frog thruster. Back for the shoulder open. So starting from the top, shoulders down, chin in, and engage core, pelvic floor. Bring out and back in. Stay put for a little while, feel that back of your shoulders. Maybe you want to go with some distance between your feet. Inhale and exhale. Keep it on. So not doing the movement in your wrist like this. Keep the straight line, but don't let the dumbbell draw your hand down as well. Straight position all the way from your elbow joint. 15 seconds. Open, close. Open the door, close the door. High knees coming up. Let's go for 4 more seconds. Yes, that's the beauty of that one. Leaning back a bit and ready for high knees. High knees are an excellent way to get that heart rate up. Not a lot of technique, just moving those knees up and down. And you can bring your arms along with you. And if you're doing the modification, you want to pull your arms even up higher, because then that is a way to get your heart rate up if this is not working as good as you want it to. So try to get your knees up, leaning a little bit back so you get that tightness in your core. Chin is in. Inhaling and exhaling. Keep those legs moving, because you know what? You only have 1 exercise left of each. 4 exercises, 45 seconds. So the work left is approximately 3 minutes when we're done with this one. Yes. So let's go for the 45 seconds. Final round for our triceps overhead. 45 seconds for the frog thruster. That makes it one and a half minute. And then we have our open shoulder and high knees for another 1.5 minutes. Comes into 3 minutes. I never brag that I'm good at math, but I know this is a way to encourage you to go on for the final exercises. So get that squeeze in, or maybe you want to drop the dumbbell and continue here, or do the kickback. So all about getting that squeeze in the back of your arm. And it is a little bit of a lazy muscle, so we need to be extra careful to make sure we are engaging that triceps. Yep, dumbbell to the side. Ready for the frog thruster, final round. This is a real countdown. 3, 2, and 1. Squeezing, bring it forward, bring it back, or do some jogging on the spot. So not all the way down here, just an easy going movement. So that means you need to put some weight on your upper body to get the feet going and the legs going forth and back. All different kind of tips and tricks. And as I mentioned before in some of my sessions, when you do the pulse exercises, actually also the strength exercise, you should not be able to speak like me. I am doing this not 100% all in because I'm guiding you guys. So you should be affected on your breathing. So if somebody came by and said, hey, what do you want for dinner? You're gonna say, So, yep, bring the dumbbells for the open shoulder work. And then when you get back into lowering your heart rate, you are able to say that you want a nice dinner. Shoulders down. So affected on your breathing. I can also explain, like, keep on. If you have a scale from 0 to 10, 0 just lying down on your couch doing nothing, 10 running as fast as you can, a lion is just in the back of you, then you are going to put yourself at the pulse sequence into an 8 or 10. Of course, looking after for yourself, but still pushing it so you feel that you are doing the most possible you can. And it all depends on where you are in your exercise journey. High knees like this would be very hard in the beginning, but at one point you're going to lift your legs a lot higher to get the same effect out of it. Yep. And just talking about high knees, we are going to go in for those high knees. 3, 2, and 1. So bring it up. Oh, shuffle here, one leg at the time. So you're gonna inhale, all about that inhaling. Inhale through your nose, exhale. So keep it coming. Then when we're done in a few seconds, you can go all in with nose and mouth. So just get the full amount in and we are done. So keep it up here, and we only have 15 seconds left. Easy peasy, starts up here, do the modification, doesn't matter, just keep on moving. That's what it's all about in life. Keep moving one way or another. Beautiful. Timer to stop, grab some water, and thank you for joining me. Please leave a comment below. What kind of session would you like to see here in my future, on my channel here, in not only my future, but our future? It's always great to get a comment or two from you guys, so I know you out there working out with me, just making everything worth doing all these sessions for you to do anywhere. So hit the subscribe button. Maybe you want to copy the link, send it to a good friend. I have all different kind of sessions here and challenging for beginners, maybe in between, for those who only have 15 minutes, 3 times a week, and so on. So go and look at the playlist. Until I see you next time, I'm going to put a link on top for some stretching. You can also go and look for that on my channel. Foam rolling, connecting tissue, stretching, always good to do a variation of your exercises. But until I see you next time, stay happy, stay healthy, and stay strong. Take good care. Bye.